Did Jacob suffer from bad karma? Well, let's take a look and see what God's word has to say to us today. We're in Genesis chapter 29. We're picking it up at verse 21. Then Jacob said to Laban, "Give me my wife that I may go in to her, for my time is completed." So Jacob gathered together all the people of the place and made a feast. But in the evening he took his daughter Leah and brought her to Jacob, and he went in to her. Laban gave his female servant Zilpah to his daughter Leah to be her servant. And in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And Jacob said to Laban, "What is this you have done to me? Did I not serve you for Rachel? Why then have you deceived me?" Laban said, "It is not so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Complete the week of this one, and we will give you the other also in return for serving me another 7 years." Jacob did so, and completed her week. Then Laban gave him his daughter Rachel to be his wife. Laban gave his female servant Bilhah to his daughter Rachel to be her servant. So Jacob went in to Rachel also, and he loved Rachel more than Leah, and served Laban for another 7 years. Jacob had served Laban for 7 years in exchange for marrying Laban's daughter Rachel. He thought that that's exactly what was going to happen. After 7 years, here comes the wedding, and after the wedding is done, surprise, it's not Rachel, it's Leah. This was not the woman he intended to marry. People might think, oh, you know what? Jacob is experiencing bad karma. He's getting exactly what he deserves. He's getting exactly what he put out. So he put out bad karma in deceiving his brother, or in robbing his brother of his birthright, and in deceiving his father. And so now bad karma has come back on him. Well, guess what? That's not how it works. There is no such thing as karma. Karma comes from Hinduism. Christians don't believe in karma. What Jacob was experiencing was the sin of others coming back upon himself. So when his mom helped him come up with the scheme to deceive his dad, where do you think his mom learned behavior like this? This seems to have run in the family. It was a learned behavior. And so Jacob learned this from his mom, and his mom probably learned it from her parents. And Laban did the same thing. Laban, remember, is Rebekah, Jacob's mom. Laban is her brother. And so this is a generational sin problem, not karma. This is just how this family had learned to operate, and they just did this to one another. It's wicked, it's sinful, it's awful, but it's not karma. This is just what sin does. Sin infects us, and then when we sin towards others, then that causes a ripple effect that they might oftentimes learn to sin against others as we have sinned against them, and on it goes. And what we see in the New Testament, what we see from Christ, is the exact opposite of karma. Jesus does not give us what we deserve. God doesn't repay us as we have acted. We don't get what we have put out. Instead, the grace of God is given to us. Mercy is poured out upon us. When we have sinned, well, we go to the Lord and we don't get what we deserve. We get mercy. We get forgiveness. We get grace. And then as we have received this grace, as we have received this mercy, we now, having been filled with the love of God, the mercy of God, we can love others as we have been loved. We can forgive others as we have been forgiven. We can give grace as we have received grace. And so instead of perpetuating that chain of sin. As others have sinned against us, then we go and sin against others. Instead of that, the chain of sin is broken. We are free to love. We are free to serve. We are free to give grace as we have received grace from the Lord. And so the cycle is broken. That's exactly what the fruit of the gospel does. Christ has done for us what we do not deserve, and now we are free to treat others not as they have treated us, but as the Lord has treated us. We do not do unto others as they have done unto us. We do unto others as we would have them do unto us, because the Lord has been so good to us. God's blessings. Have a wonderful day. I look forward to spending more time with you in God's Word again tomorrow.